for Talk to Me Tuesday on Sunday, August 1st, 2021. I'm recording now because I'm awake and I have time. And I've been doing some stuff. So I mentioned in my non-video post this past week that my old pressing table, and I included a photo of that I built out of 2 closet-made cubicles, a piece of MDF, and some 2x4s, and I put all of that, I mounted all of that on top of a furniture dolly from Harbor Freight. It gave me a nice 25 by 37 inch cutting and pressing station, and I've already created the new cutting station, which I've shown you, and there's still some things I want to change on that. I would like to have it on wheels. Jennifer laughs at me because I always want everything on wheels. But I do sometimes need to pull it away from the wall a little bit, and that would be easier if I had casters on the bottom. So I may still be doing that at some point. Also, it's a wee bit high, but I already have those furniture plates to screw the legs in on the bottom. That's the universal symbol for screw. I already have those on the bottom that they have the legs screwed into, and I'm hoping that the some casters that I already have will work in there, and that'll get it to just about the right height. Hopefully it won't knock too much off the height. If it does, I'll have to buy some taller ones. Meanwhile, I have not bound any quilts, but I don't have Linus for 2 more weekends, because with today being the 1st, it'll be 2 Saturdays from now. I have been looking at some to purchase pressing stations, considering just an ironing board, whatever. And what I finally ended up doing a couple of weekends ago, I took that pressing station, the 25 by 37 on the 2 closet cubicles, I took it completely apart. I even took the dolly that it was sitting on, the furniture dolly. I took the pre-made furniture dolly completely apart. Took the casters off. I kept all of the hardware. And what I ended up doing was taking just one of the cubicles, the least nice of the bunch, and I gave my husband the nicer one that still has a back on it. And I took the casters that I had taken off of the furniture dolly, and I attached them to, it was complicated. I took the dolly completely apart, and that meant also taking apart, so basically instead of a rectangle, it was some 1 by 3 pieces of plywood and the caster hardware and casters. And so I took a couple of those like 1 by 3s, 3/4 inch really by 3, by about 2 feet long, and I mounted those. I screwed those into the bottom of the closet-made cubicle, and then I attached the casters to those, to the plywood that the casters were originally attached to. And then I used the same 2x4s on top, and you can't see, but I will add a picture. Right here, this is the new pressing station. I had added, I put the 2x4s that supported the table part back on top of the closet-made cubicle, screwed those in. I bought, last weekend, I bought an vintage all-metal ironing board from a thrift store for $6. Threw away the cover, and this weekend I completely managed to get the legs removed, which was not easy because they were like welded in a couple of spots. It was pretty heavy duty, which is one of the reasons I wanted it. And I got the legs completely off, and sanded the rust off because it had some rust on it. It still had the original ironing board cover on it, which was very groovy. So I'm thinking of, you know, early 1970s-ish. And last weekend I also grabbed a new ironing board cover at Big Lots, just so I would have one ready to go. And I just earlier today finished assembling the whole thing. At the thrift store, I also picked up, the same thrift store that I bought the ironing board, I also picked up this awesome nightstand that had some really nice brass hardware on it. And I've been wanting drawers to keep all my stuff for that I need handy when I'm sitting at the Juki sewing. There's no drawers in that sewing table, but I love how sturdy it is. My original plan was to put it under there, but it's a little too wide. Didn't give me any leg space. So it's actually sitting right here, and I'll include a picture of that as well at the end. The only change I made to it after I cleaned it was I had some casters from my mom's old sewing cabinet that fell apart. And of course I kept all the hardware, as I do. And I thought it looked like there were holes in the bottom of this nightstand to where they might fit, and lo and behold, they fit perfectly. So there's wheels on the bottom of it, because everything needs wheels. And it's sitting here. The ironing station rolls up, and the narrower part of the ironing board sits over the cabinet. And so there's still room to put stuff on top of that. I haven't figured out where everything's going to go yet. I'm still working on that. But I don't think I've mentioned that my iron died when we were at retreat, that I loved so much. It's the same kind Jeannie had. It zapped Jennifer and then died. And so I bought a new one on Amazon, and it's a cordless iron, which I've never had before, but I'm constantly tripping over the cord and dropping the iron because of how tight the space is in here, and so I thought cordless might be a good investment. So I got that. And this is it right here. And the thing I love about it is, it's like the end of the iron at both ends. So it's really reversible, and I can change hands and go like this and do this when I'm ironing. I love it. I really do. And the cool thing is, the pointed end of the ironing board, the iron charging base actually fits perfectly there. So when I'm ironing something, if I'm ironing like a quilt top and I need a little bit more space, I can just move it down on top of the cabinet. Otherwise, it's perfect where it is. Anyway, that's what's going on here. I look forward to watching all your videos. I am all caught up, unless somebody's posted something this morning or last night. I'm all caught up on your videos, and I hope you all get to have some crafty time this week and have a good week. Vanda, I've been thinking about you, and I will see y'all next week. Bye!